Amigas, I'm going to show you guys how I made this gelatina de mosaico. It's really easy to make. This recipe is perfect for beginners. I know there's a lot of ways to make jello, but I'm not an expert. Again, my recipes are easy and delicious. This is a perfect recipe if you have kids. I know kids love jello. My kids love them. I made my jello blueberry, but you can also use like the strawberry pack. You can use the lemon packet, whatever flavor you want to use. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you how I made it. This is the jello we're going to be using. It's by the Dgari brand, and we're going to use 1 condensed milk jello and 1 blueberry jello. We're going to start by making the blueberry jello. Now the instructions say to dissolve 1 packet in 4 cups of water. Now when we're making Mosaic Jello, we want the jello in the middle to be really firm. So we're only going to be using 2.5 cups of water. So we add those cups to a pot and we take them to the stove. Once it comes to a boil, we turn off the heat and we slowly add the jello. And we're going to be whisking for 3 minutes straight so we can make sure the jello is completely dissolved. Afterwards, we can set it to the side and let it cool down. Once it does, we're going to add it to a different container and we're going to refrigerate for a minimum of 4 hours or all night long. Now, once the 4 hours are up, we're going to start making our condensed milk jello. The instructions say to dissolve the jello into 4 cups of milk, but I will be dissolving it in 3 cups of milk. And that's because we don't want the jello to be too wobbly. We want it to be a little bit more firm, and also we want the flavor to be more concentrated. So we're going to put it on the stove and we're going to whisk just so the milk doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot and so it doesn't burn. Right before it comes to a boil, which is when the milk is really hot, we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to add our condensed milk jello little by little. Again, we're going to whisk for 3 minutes straight and we're going to put it to the side while it cools down. While it's cooling down, we're going to start working on our mold. You don't need any fancy containers. As you can see, I'm just using a Tupperware that my mom gave me and it worked out perfectly. We're going to go ahead and grease it with some butter. You can also use cooking oil or any spray oils of your choice. And we're going to spread it with a napkin. Once the container is completely covered, then we're going to stick it in the fridge. And this will help the jello set faster. Next, we're going to go ahead and dice our blueberry jello into small cubes. As you can see, it's a perfect consistency. It's not too hard and it's not watered down. Now, this is when you can decide how big or how small you want the cubes. If you want them to be smaller, just go ahead and dice them in half. And now we get to the fun part. It's time to assemble the jello. Once the condensed milk jello has cooled down, we're going to start by removing any foam you see at the top. And we're going to start layering our jello. We're going to start by adding the blueberry cubes. Then we're going to add our condensed milk jello. I added about 2 cups worth. And we're going to refrigerate for 10 minutes so the jello can set. And this is what your jello should look like after the 10 minutes. Now it's time to work on our second layer. We're going to repeat the same steps. We're going to add the blueberry cubes, followed by some of the condensed milk jello. And we're going to refrigerate for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to work on our final layer. Finally, we can refrigerate one last time for a minimum of 4 hours or all night long. And afterwards, your jello is ready. To unmold the jello, we're going to take our clean hands and we're going to separate the jello from the edges. We put a plate over it, then we flip it, and it should easily come out. And look how beautiful the jello came out. Besides it being beautiful, it's really, really good. My whole family loved it. Now, I like to top my jello off with some sugar-free whipped cream, but you can add any toppings of your choice. And just like that, your super easy and delicious gelatina de mosaico is ready to enjoy. Oh my God, está bien buena. If you try it, let me know how it goes.